and for your kindness, for your time. And I would want to say goodbye to our viewers and wish them a very beautiful afternoon, linking Houston and Rhode Island today, and wishing everybody a lovely afternoon again and on behalf of NowMedia Television in Houston and me, myself, Natalia Łowska-Czajka, and see you soon.
This has been a NowMedia Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.
Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world, you are watching NowMedia Television.
Hey, welcome to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and I'm telling you, we're going to have ourselves a great show today. We're going to really go through some interesting topics. We're going to be talking about AI, avatars, how AI is good, how is it bad, but then we're going to talk about finances, the thing that most business owners don't want to talk about. It's not the sexy thing, so we're going to talk about sexy AI, but the thing that's going to give you money and put money in your pocket. Finances and understanding your financial metrics is going to be one of the most important shows you see today. So you better not go anywhere. This is Michael Rager, your business guide. We're going to be back with more right after this.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, here on Biz Talk TV on the NowMedia Television Network. All right, we got a new guest today, Dr. Alan Badeau. Alan, how are you today?
Great, Michael. How are you?
Yeah, you are, because we were talking off camera. You're in Key West, and I'm not. So, that's just got to be a great place to live and work,
Oh, it's fantastic.
I would, my company, one of my companies is called Teach Your Business to Fish. So I would kind of be either on the flats or offshore all the time, not getting any work done. So it'd be good. So, all right.
It's tough. It's tough sometimes.
Oh, man, I envy you. All right, so we're going to talk about artificial intelligence in our brain. So, this is like a really interesting topic right now. And I think one of the things people worry about is, can I just really take over for the way humans really think?
Well, I think, it's a very hot research topic, and I think a lot of folks are concerned about that. A lot of movies, a lot of just false, information that is being put out there. The reality is that, as we try to drive automation throughout our everyday lives, then really the next evolution is, how can we offload some of our cognitive activities and, let AI do some of that stuff. The The truth around that, though, is that we're nowhere near where the movies say that we are, and we're trying to look at research around really augmenting the human brain and the capacity around that. Specifically around these brain-computer interfaces that help restore capabilities for communication and movement, memory for folks that have some brain injuries. That's really the hottest research area right now, and we got a long way to go before it really can take over everything.
Well, my son and I, you're talking about the movies, my son and I went and saw The Creator this last weekend. I mean, a very interesting, entertaining movie. But they're talking about, I think it was like in 2060 the movie was. I mean, that's not that long away. I mean, is there a possibility that stuff could happen in that short a time, or how is this working to really move things forward and take over cognitive abilities?
Yeah, 2060 is it's a possibility. With the rapid pace of development around AI. It's really unbelievable, and so 2060 could be a potential. If you look at the progress that we've made in the last 20 years from a computer chip perspective, from an algorithm perspective, it's really something that we haven't seen in our history. The exponential increase in our capabilities to be able to do some of these things, and so you've got folks like Elon Musk who's out there with Neuralink. There's a lot of other, companies that are looking to try to do some of these things because, let's face it, AI is huge market over the next 10 to 15 years. And so that's a big driver.
So how do we, will we actually start seeing the reduction in our cognitive abilities, over time due to AI? Is this something that we really need to be worried about?
Well, I think we have to be careful. It's like anything. If you use it too much, there's going to be some issues. If you don't use it enough, there's also going to be some issues. So I think having that right balance is going to be key. So, as you get older, right? I mean, and we all see this. If you start to lose a little bit of that cognitive capability, of course, you would like to have some sort of AI buddy that can help you with some of those things, and that's fantastic as you age. But I think we've seen from a video game perspective that if you overuse it when you're too young, there are potential ramifications around that. And so we just have to be really careful from that perspective, and also the ethical concerns and how those technologies are deployed, how they're used, some of the cybersecurity impacts that those could potentially bring. Again, it's really trying to supplement, and I tell folks all the time, the best thing to do is even if we get to that point, let's have the computer work to a certain point, but let's have the humans make that last mile decision so that we always have a human in the loop. Their brain is making the actual decisions, and that's really going to be the best way to protect ourselves.
Well, okay, I'm going to hop back to that movie for just a second. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but when it came out, it was the human that made the mistake, right? And how do we avoid that?
Well, that's a great question. That's what makes us human. But I think one of the challenges that I think a lot of folks have seen even recently with, these new tools that are out there, these large language models, if you just believe everything that the computer tells you, and what's fantastic about these models is they can communicate just like a human does. But if you believe everything that they say, then who's really the computer, and then who's acting like the human? These models are not always right. They hallucinate. They will give you wrong answers. Just like a pupil or a student, they're really trying hard to give you an answer. And so, it's that balance between the human and the machine that really becomes significantly more important than just one by itself, because a human should be able to check the accuracy of the AI, but at the same time, the AI's got to be able to speak up and say, hey, you're doing something completely wrong. And, I've worked in this field for about 20 years, and this is always a problem. And, trusted AI and getting the humans to believe what the AI says, or vice versa in that feedback loop is, again, it's a huge research area, as we speak. And, I'm actively involved in it, and it's really exciting.
Well, you mentioned a very interesting word that I think is a lot of people scares us, is the ethics and the morals behind AI. As we're going out and training it, are we training it to be ethically and morally conscious about the decisions it helps us make, or do we got those evil guys sitting in the back giving it, all the bad stuff?
Well, I don't think we have the evil guys in the back, but I will say that a lot of folks are doing the best they can with these AI models. The only way that you can make them 100% ethical and 100% accurate is to not create them at all, quite honestly. We're using so much data, and we're hoping that there's a balance between the good answers and the bad answers, that we get a good average, and out of that good average is your ethical filters that you have integrated into the models. And we're just not there yet, because we just don't know enough about how these models behave to be able to do that. One of my areas of interest is really trying to figure out how I can break these models. How can I get them to go off the rails? How can I get it to say an inappropriate answer when just a harmless sentence is inputted into its interface? And so that's a big topic right now, especially around cybersecurity and some of the implications around that. And so we've got a long way to go from an ethical perspective. We've got a long way to go to make sure that there isn't one person in the background that's flipping a filter switch and changing what the answer is, because that in some cases is how things are happening today with certain products and vendors. And so we just have to we have to be transparent in how the models are trained, where they're getting the data from, and let folks know that up front. And that's really our best defense right now.
Yeah, this is an interesting topic. I'm going to really be looking for the next few weeks. I think I'm going to come down, or just going to sit at Hog's Breath and have a couple run runners and discuss this in deeper detail.
I like it.
We've got about a minute left, Alan. I keep thinking about my future and past guests. Alan, so we got about a minute left. How do people, get a hold of you and find out more about what you're doing and learn about the research you're doing?
Yeah, so I've got two separate companies. I've got a consulting company and a product company. If they go to my website, you can see it. It's alanbadeau.com. Send me an email. I give about 15 to 20 different, briefings a month around this topic. I've done over 75 in the last 3 months. And so, I tell people I'm more than willing to help them if they want to try new tools, if they want to play with these things, if they want to drive, some sort of research area or some sort of business that they can use their tools in. That's where I'm more than willing to help folks out.
Man, that's awesome. I love this topic, and I love what you're doing. I can't wait to get more detail about what AI is going to do for us as we go forward, and learn from your expertise, man. I'm really excited to have you as a guest. Thanks a lot, Alan.
All right, thank you, Michael.
All right, this is Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV. We're going to be back with more right after this.
These are the top 3 questions I get from people about investing in real estate. How much money do I need to get to the next level? How do I find good properties to invest in? Can I even make money in this business when interest rates are so high? I answer these questions and many more in my online course, SFR University, where I show you the strategy that I used to build a multi-million-dollar real estate business in 4 years from scratch. Whether you're just starting out or someone who's looking to scale, this course will have something for you. Join us at sfruniversity.com. See you in the course.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? Llame ya.
These are the top 3 questions I get from people about investing in real estate. How much money do I need to get to the next level? How do I find good properties to invest in? Can I even make money in this business when interest rates are so high? I answer these questions and many more in my online course, SFR University, where I show you the strategy that I used to build a multi-million-dollar real estate business in 4 years from scratch. Whether you're just starting out or someone who's looking to scale, this course will have something for you. Join us at sfruniversity.com. See you in the course.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? Llame ya.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. And it's been way too long. It's my friend from the West Coast, Afa Roach. Afa, how are you today?
Hey, Michael. Great to see you. I've missed you.
I know, I see you like every day, 2 to 3 times in my feed. So I really don't miss you that much because I see what's going on in your life. And I'm just watching you travel all around the world, private planes, talking here and there. You're just like a superstar rocking it right now.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. Been doing a lot of events, a lot of speaking, getting out into, we've talked so many times about how important it is to build your personal brand. And the more rooms that you can get yourself into, the more venues, the more stages you can get yourself on, the more successful you're going to be. So what I've been really focusing on is just saying yes. You're like, do you want to go here? I'm like, yes. You want to go there? Yes. And then I figure it out after. And that's really, I think, one of the key secrets to success is say yes and then figure out how to do it after.
Well, one of the things we're talking about, and I know you're really passionate about, is AI and your avatar. How have things been changing, and how are you, as an AI strategist, helping your clients use AI to really, get their avatar going where it needs to be and attracting the right people?
Yeah, so when I initially started with the avatars, I think you remember my V1. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was like a couple of months ago. Well, I'm on version 9 now. I have 7 different versions of avatars, which are virtually unrecognizable. You wouldn't actually know that it was me. It wasn't me. But what I found in the beginning, right, people were very apprehensive about it, didn't like it. I was getting a bit of heat on social media from, saying this isn't real and this isn't authentic. But now people are starting to warm to the idea that this is where it's going. And if you're not going there, you're going to get left behind. And I'm afraid that's just the bottom line. Using an avatar in your business, especially the avatars that we create, like our avatars are built on the video of the business owner. So you could send me a video, Michael, and I could literally create an absolute double of you for you to be able to curate your social media content. Now, how that's helpful and how we're helping business owners, not only does it solve the objection, because I get 3 objections all of the time. I don't have the time, I don't know what to say, and I'm not confident in front of the camera. So I thought, okay, well, what if I solved all of those 3 problems? What if I gave you back your time, if I wrote the scripts for you, and I created an avatar that looked just like you so that I could create the content at scale for you. Would that solve the problem? And that's what we've been doing, and creating, like, not only helping our clients with getting over the fear of being on video, because now they have a avatar that looks amazing, because I make sure they look amazing before we create them. But we're also feeding them the scripts, because a lot of people just go on their videos and they ramble. They don't have a clear hook. They don't have a central body to the script. They don't have a call to action. They don't even understand the concept of how to write scripts in order for their videos to be effective. So we're doing that now. And then we're looking at, we're publishing it out onto all of the social channels. So we're using different AIs. So you have one video that's done for one single platform, and all of a sudden that's been repurposed out on all of the different social media platforms. So you go from having to worry about sitting down creating content to now realizing that you can generate hundreds of pieces of content effortlessly without ever having to record the video, which is pretty much a big game changer.
So, as a small business owner, and I want to get in this, so I want to start, really getting my personal brand up and out there and moving, creating this avatar seems like a great way. Because I know Gary Vee just put out a video, I don't know, about a month ago saying, you should be putting out about 125 pieces of content a day. And I guess it's great if you've got Gary Vee's money, but how does a business owner that doesn't have Gary Vee's money, they're starting out, they're moving, how do they successfully use that avatar to start getting that brand recognition and get them recognized so they can get those opportunities to really go ahead and start making more money?
Yeah, and that's been the biggest shift in my business model. So primarily, and you would be familiar, I generally work a lot of high ticket, right? I have coaching programs that are $25,000. I have coaching programs that are $50,000. This time around, we're actually changing the model. We're going to go with the lower ticket item because I want to do volume. I want to do volume instead of the higher ticket minimum. So we're actually we're putting at a price point below $1,000 for our basic package, which is going to make this affordable to pretty much 90% of the business owners out there with regard to being able to create content. If you knew that you were going to have a video, let's say 20 videos going out on all of your social media channels across to build your personal brand for $1,000 a month, it's a pretty good deal, right? To be honest, and I'm doing it because I'm so tired of seeing so many fantastic business owners with fantastic products and fantastic services who just have a block around putting themselves on social media. And that gets in the way of their business growth. So I'm like, how can we help people get over the fears? And obviously, right, I don't want to run, even though there is an avatar, believe it or not, on TikTok at the moment that has 800,000 followers, right? So it is possible that you can build it, but I would like there to be a hybrid model where we have some of the business owners building their personal brand and the other done by avatars. But in the interim, until the business owner gets a little bit more confident, we can use the avatar completely to generate all of the content and make it super affordable. Because it's like what you say, you see me everywhere. You see me across all of the different platforms. So I'm top of mind for you. And I'm top of mind for a lot of the people that I work with because they constantly see me. That's very strategic. It's not that I love being on social media. It's not that. This is about building your personal brand and your business brand so that when anyone thinks of your industry or niche that you're working in, they know that you are the person to contact.
Well, that's really interesting because I know it's one thing I struggle with personally as a business owner. It's like, man, where do I find the time to do this? I'm coaching my clients, I'm building our franchise out, we're doing this, and it takes a lot of time. We've got about 2 minutes left, so if you're going to, give somebody, one thing you got to do today, what's one thing that they have to do today to start getting that social media presence seen and moving them up the algorithm so they're seen a little bit more?
Yeah, so the first thing I want people to do, and this is really future-proofing your business, and please everyone go and do this, and you will thank me later. There's an AI called 11 Labs. That's ELEVEN Labs, right? 11 Labs allows you to clone your voice, right? If you have your voice cloned, that's going to make it future-proof you for avatars, because that's the challenge. We have the avatar video, we have the visual, now we need the voice. 11 Labs is getting so popular right now, there's a 2 to 4 week delay on getting the voice done. And that's without even anyone really knowing about what it is. So and it's $11, right? It's $11 to go in and get your voice cloned. So that's the first thing I say to every business owner, even if you don't even, make the investment and go in and get your subscription and get your voice cloned. That's number one. And then the second thing is start thinking about, if you were to create an avatar and a content strategy, what would be the key areas that you would want to talk about? And then, the other thing, anyone who's recording an avatar video, I had the company who run the technology for avatar videos come to me to find out how was I getting my avatar to look so realistic. You have to be so diligent on the quality of the video. I see too many people, they're trying to take a shortcut with the video that they're recording for their avatar. The quality of the output is determined by the quality of the input. So if you don't use a quality video for the input, you can't expect the output to be amazing. So, and then obviously, I'll give you mine is Attention Grabbers. That's ATTENTION Grabbers, GRABBERS, USA.com. People, you can come in and have a conversation with me, and I'll have a look at your business model, and I'll have a look at whether I think it's suitable. But right now, for the price point that we're looking at, there isn't a single person out there that's not going to benefit in their business from building a personal brand for less than $1,000 a month. It's just, it's just such a no-brainer offer that to really get your brand out there across all of the social media platforms without you having to do any extra time, effort, or energy into it, apart from that single video that you have to deliver into my team, and that's really it. So I'm trying to simplify it as much as I possibly can for people.
Well, good. I'm going to have to call you. And I keep saying that.
Because I love it, because I see when people, they're shocked, and the first thing people do when they get their avatar, they ask me for another avatar, because my avatars can't change their clothes yet. They will eventually, but they can't do it right now. And that's the minute they get their first avatar, they want the next avatar.
Well, that's great. So, that's great. Make sure you send me that link for that voiceover, because see, I'm here. I can't take notes. I'm here.
I'll send it to you. It's so important.
Well, great. Well, I can't wait to we get you back in the studio again. I just can't wait. I was actually just talking to a guy in San Diego the other day. We're talking about maybe me going out to San Diego. So I may be in your neck of the woods. So good, at least your side of the country. That would be great. Well, Ava, I really appreciate it. If you're not following Ava, everybody, you need to. She's out there. She's doing everything she's supposed. Everything she tells you to do, she does, and that's the great thing about her. She talks the talk and she walks the walk. She does exactly what she's supposed to do. Follow her. Do what she tells you to do, because she's out there. Like I said, we're seeing her on private jets. We're seeing her on the stage. She's hanging out with some of the big wigs in the business building thing. She's really knocking it dead. So, Ava, I really appreciate you coming on and helping me grow this show and make it better.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me, Michael. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
All right. Well, you have a good one. This is Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV and NowMedia Television. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure, and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock-bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. And we got our CPA in today, Jake Linville. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Michael?
Dude, I love that log cabin, man. I want to be there. You're making me jealous.
Yeah, it's starting to get cold here. It's nice to be in a nice warm cabin in Montana.
There you go. You got the big fire going and everything, making us all jealous.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about cash flow management today. All right. So what are you're out there helping your clients. What's your top 3 cash flow management strategies that you like to help small to mid-sized businesses with?
So first, I like to always catch the low-hanging fruit by offering, saying, hey, have you considered offering a 2% discount for possibly paying within 7 days, paying early? That incentivizes your customers to pay early, and it gives them a benefit. Secondly, I highly recommend setting up a Dun & Bradstreet account and making sure that you can use it 2 ways. You can use it to check your potential customers' credit scores, and you can also use it to manage your credit score. So you can work with your vendors to go ahead and set up reporting so that they can, report your payment history and build yourself a credit history. And thirdly, go down the list of vendors that you have and narrow it down to the top 5 in dollars and in number of transactions, and then go to them individually and request a discount or negotiate a discount. And then if they're like, no, discounts aren't on the table, I would ask to, recommend that you negotiate longer terms, because if you're pounding a lot of cash through a specific vendor, you've got a little bit of leverage, and you can use that to your advantage.
Yeah, it's one of the things I look at, when I'm coaching my clients going in on their financial side. One of the easiest ways to find them profits is, number 1, just increase prices, but number 2 is understand cash flow. And discounting is really, I hate as a business owner having to give discounts, but I understand is I'm going to my vendors for discounts. I want to do that because I got a long relationship. What's the best way to build that relationship, or how do you recommend your clients build relationships with these vendors so they go into win-win discount situations?
So first of all, if you leverage software that makes it easy for them to deal with you, such as Tipalti, like I mentioned last time we met, it gives them the opportunity to, spend a very little time dealing with you. It takes them 5 minutes to set up their account. They get to pick the way they want to get paid. If they want to get paid via wire, via ACH, check, and they just set it and forget it. Also, making sure that as soon as they raise an issue, making sure that you call them back and make sure that everything is right with them, especially when they're calling and hollering where their money is.
It's a really important thing that we got to look at, because I tell people just never mess with my money, right? If you never mess with my money, we've got a really good relationship. So one of the things I know that you like are metrics and financial metrics, KPIs and that stuff. One of my favorite questions to ask clients is, if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only get one text a week to understand how well your business is, what number do you need to know? So when you're looking at your clients, what are some of the really key important metrics financially that you want them to be looking and monitoring so they know that their business is healthy?
The top three I would recommend, if I were to get one text a day, it would be the cash conversion cycle. So that's comprised of three different ratios. The days of inventory outstanding, that's if you're in an inventory business. 2 days sales outstanding, and then days payables outstanding. So if you take those three and you add days of inventory outstanding plus days of sales outstanding, and you subtract out the days payables outstanding, that gives you the time or the amount of days it takes you to invest cash, turn it around, and get it back. The second one would be your current ratio, which is your current assets just divided by your current liabilities. That one can be a little bit misleading, because it likely, if you're in an inventory business, it's going to include your inventory. So a better version of the current ratio is your quick ratio. So you take your current assets minus inventory, anything that's not near liquid, and divide it into your current liabilities. That will give you an idea of the health of your business as from a cash standpoint.
Well, that's really interesting. How, with the softwares you utilize, how much does the business owner actually have to work to find out those numbers? Or, when they're working with somebody like you, is it easily reproduced for them so they can just, see it and know that they're good?
Well, depending on the software that you are using, like softwares like NetSuite or Sage Intacct, you can build dashboards that can, you can customize them for business owners so that they can just log in, see a dashboard literally, and saying, okay, what is my cash conversion cycle? What is my quick ratio? What is my, current ratio? But if you're using stuff like QuickBooks, they just have canned stuff that's in there. It's not going to be as helpful, but they do have some helpful things in there.
So we see a lot, with the businesses I coach, a lot of them are using, Xero, QuickBooks. They really haven't, got to the point that they've moved to the NetSuites and stuff like that yet. How can we help that business owner that's not that upcycle to start looking at cash flow in a different way? Because I know it changes. When you're in that small business and that hockey stick growth curve, you're looking at cash flow as, oh my gosh, I'm growing. Now I'm starting to get stable. Is there any things that change in the KPIs you want them to look at that stage versus a little bit more stable and bigger?
So when you're in from small to medium or medium to, you're in the hockey stick growth stage, you got to really keep your eye on your cash. And, I hate to hammer on cash, but to give you a little bit of background, I was hired a few years ago to come in and be a controller for a company that was about to go gangbusters, go public, probably increase headcount 1,000% or more. And I was told, hey, we've got, 6 months of, runway in cash. Well, when I came on board, they didn't have 6 months of runway in cash. They had 1 month, maybe. And so I spent most of my time dealing with vendors, calling and saying, where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? And if they weren't screaming, we weren't paying them. And so I would recommend you keep an eye on your cash and your cash flow. I would recommend working with, if you've got a bookkeeper or maybe your CPA to help build a dashboard where you can see your daily metrics on your cash, and make sure you reconcile that cash account daily, because a lot of small business owners, they wait until the end of the month or 10 days into the following month to even reconcile their cash, so they never know where they're at.
No, I think that's really important. I see it a lot. It's really funny. I was coaching a CPA firm, and their accounts receivable was way off. They had a couple $100,000 owed, and they were talking about having to go tap their line of credit. And I'm like, why would you do that? But it's one of the things we don't like doing. We don't like going to ask for our cash. Hey, you owe us, dude. We've done your money. Pay us. How do you help somebody, get over that and say, hey, this is the way we got to do it? Because, you had people calling you saying, pay us. And you're like, well, and how do we get those business owners to go, hey, this cash is owed to me. I need to go get it. I think AR is a really big thing that, especially that smaller business, has to work on.
Yeah, so as I've been building my business, I try to steer people towards my website where I have a recurring, especially if it's a recurring service, where they can go in and they sign up, it automatically hits their bank account or their credit card or their debit card at the first of every month. I don't have to worry about chasing them down. But for small business owners that haven't set that up, I would recommend working with your customers to make sure that that you do care and work with them, reaching out and saying, hey, I understand you may be in a cash crunch. Let's put together an agreement here. Mm-hmm. And before you even get to that point, making sure that you vet your customers as you onboard them, not just taking anybody that wants your service or your product is key. Yeah. Because not everybody's going to pay you. So
yeah. I totally agree with you there. That I call it in my business, I call it fishing with hot dogs. People just go try to catch anything, and anything just, they think that somebody's going to pay them. They can be some of your worst customers ever. So we got about 1 minute left. How do people get a hold of you?
You can go to streamline-cpa.com, and you can also call me at 406-480-6622. I'm also on Rumble now. I started an account with Rumble, and we're on Twitter and Facebook.
Awesome, Jake. I'm telling you, every time I see those photos there, I'm just jealous and jealous and jealous. I just want to get my fly rod out, go catch me a cutthroat. It'd be a good time. So
You've got the Bitterroot River here. It's full of fish.
There you go. That's where I caught my first cutthroat, Bitterroot. I got a buddy of mine, Tom Zavitz, who there in Bozeman. So, man, I love it, Jake. Thanks a lot so much. It was some great information. You guys got to, follow what this guy says. It's all about cash flow, and we just can't run out of money. That's the important thing. So, thanks a lot, Jake.
Thank you.
All right, this is Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV on NowMedia Television. We'll be back with more right after this.
These are the top 3 questions I get from people about investing in real estate. How much money do I need to get to the next level? How do I find good properties to invest in? Can I even make money in this business when interest rates are so high? I answer these questions and many more in my online course, SFR University, where I show you the strategy that I used to build a multi-million-dollar real estate business in 4 years from scratch. Whether you're just starting out or someone who's looking to scale, this course will have something for you. Join us at sfruniversity.com. See you in the course.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? ¡Llame ya!
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and we got a new guest with us today. He's actually in studio, so I get to talk to somebody sitting next to me. David Mossberg, the Pocket Protector. Man, David, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Michael?
All right, so we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about a little bit of this. You really help business owners, boost profits and worry about their money. It's the non-sexy stuff. It's some business owners do not want to deal with. So you're there, you're doing what you do. What's the number one challenge you're seeing right now business owners come in when it comes into managing money and making sure they have profit?
Yeah, that's a great question, Michael. The number one thing that we focus on right off the bat is cash management. We have one rule when we talk about business owners and we tell people who are thinking about opening a business or anything like that, we have one big rule and it's called DROOM. Don't run out of money. Right? And so many people are focused on what they do every day. I've been in restaurants that are busy as could be, losing tons of money. So the more people coming in the door, the more they're losing. I've seen manufacturing environments, I've seen service providers working so hard and have no idea that they're not making money. So they got to make sure that that cash flow is managed, make sure that somebody's paying attention to it. Most people aren't tooled to do that, and so they need to make sure they're partnering with someone in their company, outside their company, but someone who's a good accountability partner, someone who will tell them the truth, even if it's not good, and so that way they can focus on making sure they don't run out of money.
Man, it's really funny is, in my industry, being a business coach, you got everybody out there, all these people are business coaches now, right? And they all focus on marketing. And here it is, they don't understand, can the company take on more clients?
Right.
I had a client early on, rug cleaning company, right? I walked through, and talked to their COO and said, "Hey, we're going to turn on the marketing machine, right? We're going to make 20." And he just looked at me deer in the head, like, "Dude, we can't make this happen."
Yeah.
Because there's if you market, you can actually put a company out of business.
Absolutely.
Doing it right. So how do you help them look at cash flow, and how do you help them figure out, hey, I do have money, and I'm not going to droom.
Right. Yeah, so I think the first thing is just organizing it,
Right.
We need to put it in a way that people can see it. Unfortunately, the typical accounting environment or bookkeeping environment, they're doing things for the sake of doing things, not for the purpose that they were intended.
Right.
The intention of bookkeeping, the intention of accounting, the intention of a profit and loss statement is so that a business owner can make decisions from that. And so ultimately, the first thing we do is identify key performance indicators. We want to know what's going to make the company profit. Not just money on the top line like you were talking about.
Right.
We got to know what's going to make money on the bottom line. And then we want to make sure that we understand our overhead enough so that we can do everything we can to stabilize that first.
Right.
Once we know we can get through every month, then we can get back to being innovative, creative, and developing. And then we also need to make sure we're structuring a real smart scaling plan. Unfortunately, I see people scale themselves out of business all the time because they forgot rule number one, DROOM. They go ahead and they're investing, they're doing things, they're leveraging, and it looks great, they're excited, they're getting busier, but they haven't created a cash flow plan that is going to help them to scale into the future.
Yeah, no, I see it all the time, and it's one of the things that scare me. As a business coach, the first thing when I asked somebody, I said, "Hey, who's managing your money?" and they say my CPA, that kind of scares me right off the bat because CPAs look backwards a lot, and they're helping to avoid tax. You got an expert like you that looks in the money and cash management and a little bit of CFO type stuff. Now we're looking future, and we got to go there. Yeah. So how do you help your clients? One, pay the minimum amount of tax, and that's what we want to do. But two, go ahead and understand that we have to pay tax to grow.
Yeah.
That's an important thing.
That's right. One of the CPAs on my team always has a phrase that she says when people start saying, "Will this save me money on taxes?" She always says, "Don't let the tax tail wag the business dog," right? And so when we look at that, we want to make sure we're making good business decisions first. If it makes good decision to buy a vehicle for your company, then that makes good decision. But don't do it because it's going to save you some money on tax, right? And particularly if you have the cash flow to manage those things, that's when you can take care of the tax provision. So the first things that we do is really get to understand how the business works. What are the people doing in the business, and what type of information do they need so that they can do more of the most profitable things like we were just talking about, and then going back to the basics. Let's just hyper focus on that. one of the things I know as one of these folks, you know, as entrepreneurial people who start companies, we see a lot of squirrels and we get a lot of things that distract us every day. And so we want to make sure that we're interacting with our clients on a very regular basis. The challenge for most CPAs in the world is they get to talk to their clients once or twice a year, and there's no way they can be proactive doing that. They also typically build a firm around, like you were talking about, tax preparation, tax planning, and they're not doing it on business planning and business development. So we want to make sure that we're visiting with our clients and that we also are extremely honest. We like to call ourselves accountability partners, so that when we're talking to our clients, we're, again, very honest. We're telling them the difficult things that they may need to do to get going. We also need to understand their nature. One of the most important things for a small business owner to do is understand what they're natured to do and what they're not natured to do. If I've asked someone to work on something a couple of different times and they haven't started doing it, we start to identify, is it just simply something they're not going to do? So let's go to outsource. You know, one of the best things in today's world is the ability to outsource to honest, trustworthy people who you can go ahead and get some relationship building with, so they can act as just as if they were down the hall in your office, you know? And so sometimes we need to do that, and sometimes we just need to hyper-focus someone else in the office environment or on the team so that they can focus on the things that we know the CEO/owner is just not going to do.
Yeah, we get there all the time. There's a lot. I really look at my clients and say, hey, look, you got to have 3 trusted advisors besides me. You need a good financial person, you need a good lawyer, and you need a good banker. And I didn't say get a new bank, I said a banker, because you know they move all over the place. But it's there, and it dumbfounds me certain times. Hey, go in and talk to your CPA about this. Go talk to your fractional CPA. Well, it's going to cost me $250 an hour to do it. Yeah, but it's going to save you $30,000. You know, what do you want to do? So how do you help them see that, and how do you show that the value you bring is really important?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, because accounting, business management, those types of things are oftentimes undervalued because people aren't looking at it as an investment. So one of the first things I help people to understand is that everything on the expense side of their profit and loss statement should be looked at as an investment. If I have an office, is there a reason to have that office? If I'm hiring a front desk person, what value are they bringing to the company so that I can earn some extra income? They may not be on the business development team, but they better be supporting that experience that we're trying to portray. So we talk about looking at things like an investment. If you're going to invest in me or you or anyone for that matter, an attorney, an accountant, if you're going to invest in any of those trusted partners, let's start talking about it in terms of ROI. How much am I going, you know, ask your accountant, ask your business advisor, ask the question, at what point will I see a return on my investment, and what is the action plan to get there? So many people leave the room after a sales pitch and they either feel fired up about it but then don't take action, or they feel skeptical about it because they feel like they're being sold something that may or may not come to fruition. So ultimately what we're trying to do is help you to understand, if I was buying Coke shares, if I was going to go buy Coca-Cola shares, I would have an expectation that over a period of time I would make some money back on that, or else I wouldn't buy the shares at all. And so if we can de-emotionalize it a little bit and say, okay, if I invest in this advisor, let's ask the question, at what point will I see a return on my investment, and what are the things I need to do to get there? That'll help you to really understand the value of the people that you're surrounding yourself with.
Yeah, it's funny. It's one of the things I see all the time. Like I talk about it, the other business coaches that really focus on marketing. It's like, I'm not going to say I'm not good. I'm pretty good at marketing, but here's where I understand. If we want to increase profit, I can increase your profit 100% if you're a small business by doing 2 things. You know, raise your prices 10% and cut costs 5%. There we go. But how do we do it? And the other thing we got to look at is operations. You know, people, marketing's sexy and they want to get there, but you know, talking operations and talking finance is not sexy. How do you and your firm, how do you kind of make it sexy? So I want to talk about it.
You know, we make it sexy by really offering the piece that goes with that, because one of the most important value adds that we have is the ability for a business owner to go to sleep at night.
Right.
You know, and so when we talk about it, my original company, my primary company is called Triumvir Financial, and Triumvir is a Latin conjugated version of the triumvirate, which was the 3 branches of government. And we think about business in those terms. So we have the technical skill. It's what most of the business owners we get to work with bring to the table. They're the plumber, they're the doctor, they're the lawyer. They're bringing service value or manufacturing value to the marketplace, and that's what they specialize in. Then is the marketing arm. I don't care how good it is. If you don't market it at some point in time, you're not going to have a market to sell to. So ultimately, you know, we remind people of the fidget spinner fad. Man, the first guy who came out with that did really well for a period of time until everybody else and their brother made them and sold them. So we need to make sure that we're marketing that thing. The last piece of that triangle of the triumvir is the financial backbone, right? And so what we like to do is explain to people that we're looking at this like a 3-legged stool. Fortunately, right now I'm sitting on a four-legged stool, so I don't fall over.
It's
right?
wobbly.
So
yeah.
it's a little wobbly, but hey, chances of me falling over are pretty slim. But if any of those three components are out of balance during our decision-making process, we need to refocus. So we should never let our accountants keep us from doing business. I always tell my good attorney friends, the best lawyer will keep you from doing anything to put yourself at risk, which means they won't have you do anything. And oftentimes accountants do the same thing, or financial people. They're looking at it going, gosh, we're going to run out of money if we keep doing these things. Well, we need to be focused on the things that the marketing team needs so that they can deliver more people, but we also need to make sure the operation can handle more people, and so more business. And so as we go through, we try and make it as sexy as possible by putting a cool Latin word on it to start, but then after that, we really help them to understand that while we're going through the basic month, we're looking at this three-legged stool and making sure that it's in balance so that we feel really good about the way we're strategically growing or developing into our company.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I really like the things you said today. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks where we can get deeper into some of this stuff. So David, if people want to get a hold of you and reach out and start talking to you about how you can really help them, how do they get a hold of you?
Right. One of the best ways is to go to our website, thepocketprotectors.com. It does have a "the" at the front and an "s" at the end, thepocketprotectors.com. Or they can go ahead and email me at david@thepocketprotectors.com, and we'd love to get in touch.
Well, that's awesome, David. That's awesome. So we got about 35, 40 seconds left. Who is your perfect client? Who do you like to work for, and why do you like to work for them?
Absolutely. Great question, and thank you for that. The most important thing is we want a client who's ready to change. You know, we talk to a lot of people, they've been in business for 20 years, they're having all these struggles, but they have all the reasons why they're struggling and none of the reasons why they're going to succeed. So we want someone who's wanting to develop. We want someone who's emerging and really developing something so that they can create wealth through their business. And that's our ideal client. We want small business owners. We don't like big boards to deal with. We don't want large C corporations that are trying to figure out how to go through some transitions. We want small business owners that really are working hard to make their money and just want a better way to do it.
Oh, that's awesome, David. That's awesome. I love it. Can't wait to get to know you better, and hopefully we can make a difference here in Houston and help these business owners. So I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV on the NowMedia Television networks, and we're going to be back with more right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. Hey everybody, this is Michael Rager. Oh my God, what a show. What a show. I'm telling you, it was interesting. We went all over the spectrum. I told you at the beginning we were going to talk about AI, we're going to talk about finances, and that's exactly what we did. I'm telling you, Afa Roach came in, she talked about avatars and how things really work. We had some new guests coming in today, and they really talked and really helped us understand what are some of the important financial metrics we have to actually cover in our business. And then, Dr. Allen, I'm telling you, this is going to be some interesting conversations going forward about how AI is going to affect our business in the future and how it's going to make all of us better business owners. So this is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide. I want you to go out there and, hey, Whiteboards and Whiskey, that's what it's all about. Come visit us the first Wednesday of the month here in Houston. And I don't know if you know it, you're following me. If you're a business coach or consultant out there, we're actually expanding. So if you'd like to go out there and bring this to your clients, let me know. Just reach out through email, michael@wbnwhiskey.com. michael@wbnwhiskey.com. We'll get you there. But, hey, I want you to go out there and have a great week. I want you to be profitable. Think about the things that you learned today. Think about understanding your metrics, and then think about how you use AI to actually drive more revenue to your business. We'll see you next time.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income.